The singing of our national anthem, performed today by Casey Bragg, a junior psychology major and volleyball student athlete, Jordan Scott, a senior elementary education major, and Zoe Mindenhall, a senior OBC and psychology major.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright
Good evening and welcome to Turner Stadium on the campus of Taylor University for tonight's football home opener here between the Taylor Trojans and the Butler Bulldogs. This is the Marion General Hospital pregame show as the Trojans get ready to take the field on the home turf for the first time here under the direction of head coach Aaron Mingo in his first season. Taylor 42-26 winners over Judson 2 weeks ago. They had the bye week last week. As here come the Trojans onto the field. They are 1-0 on the year. Butler comes in 1-1 overall. They lost to Illinois State 2 weeks ago before romping DePaul. Last week at home inside the Selleck Bowl. Last time these teams met was back in 2019. The Trojans were victorious that night for the first time ever in program history over a Division I FCS foe. And so here we go from Turner Stadium. Josh Saltzgaber, along with Tyler Watson, Preston Scott, and Sam Bartu, will be the 4 of the 6 Trojan captains. The other 2 out tonight with injury. Starting quarterback Zach Saltzgaber and starting left tackle Elijah Gurley. Levi Frazier came in and was phenomenal for the Trojans after about the midway point of the first quarter against Judson 2 weeks ago. So the captains make their way out. The captains for Butler are the starting quarterback Brett Bushka, Devin Aguilar, Johnny O'Shea, and Trevor Scott. Our umpire tonight and our lead official tonight is Graham Scott. We've had him here a time or two before. So the handshakes and pleasantries being exchanged as we're ready to rock and roll here from Turner Stadium. We're glad that you're a part of us here and along with us here tonight. And I do not think that Mr. Scott has the microphone on just yet. That's okay. Just building the anticipation here. The Trojans, again, under first-year head coach Aaron Mingo, the defensive coordinator in his second season in that role. And I apologize, I talked over our lead official, Graham Scott. As the two sets of captains turn to Taylor on the left side of the 50. And it looks like the Trojans are going to get the ball first as we're just about ready to go. As Butler wins the toss, and we're ready to go here from Turner Stadium on a picture-perfect night for football in Upland, Indiana. Jumping jacks being led by one of the 6 captains in Josh Saltzgaber down below us. And we're ready to go. A lot of excitement around this game coming into tonight. The Trojans led 14-0 at halftime against Judson a couple of weeks ago. Hey, look, there's former football manager Alex Howard and Colin Schwartz, a defensive lineman, making their way. A lot of alums back in the stands tonight to see Coach Mingo and the guys in action. So the Trojans will receive first. Back to receive it are Dylan Scally. And the backup running back, that is Jacob Cleaver. It's teed up for Luka Zurak to kick it away, and we are ready to get going with a home portion in front of a packed house here at Turner Stadium tonight. No wind to speak of as the kick will go from right to left from Zerka. We're glad you're along tonight. Our third broadcast of the day is underway, and Zerka drives this one deep to the near side. Cleaver comes in, catches above his head outside the numbers to the 10 to the 15. Angles back to the left. He's hit hard at the 25. Driven down by Joey Succi And the Trojans will start right around the 25-yard line for the first drive of the night. So Levi Frazier, the senior, will come out to start. Second time that he started here at home. The first time was all the way back as a freshman against one of the top defensive teams in the country. That was Marion. Back when Zach Saltzgaber was just a wee lad, along with Everett Pollard, were both hurt. In the pistol with the back behind him and a back to his left. Screen far side. Caught by Harrison Eckel. Did not play 2 weeks ago. Gets the ball here. Wrestles it down for a gain of 8. Good pickup on the screen far side to Eckel. So Frazier completes. And Eckel takes it out to the 33. Quick run near side. Eckel, or make it. Frazier wants to throw. Finds his old high school mate, Preston Scott, and the Trojans have got their first down out to the 41.
Preston Scott makes the catch. Fans, that's our first. Taylor.
And Taylor quickly hurries to the line as the Trojans moving here. A gain of 7 to Eckel. And back-to-back completions here have got the Trojans moving from left to right in purple. Cleaver to the left of Frazier in the pistol. Option left side with Lamb, the deep man. Frazier pitches. Lamb scoops at his hip. He'll scamper out of bounds right at midfield. He'll step out of bounds actually back at the 48 of Taylor. So a gain of 6. And the Trojans quickly back to the line. If you like high-octane offense, this is the offense for you. A gain of 6 makes it 2nd down and 4 from the Taylor 48. Eckel and Holbein near side. Frazier inside give. Lamb tripped up by the first man through for Butler. That was Michael Wellman. As he trips up Lamb, and the Trojans will have a 3rd down and manageable. Trying to get to the 48-yard line. And that is of Butler.
And the ball carrier stopped for no gain.
No gain on the play. And a 3rd down and 4 once again. Taylor went pass to start. And they need 4 yards here, and it looks like Butler jumped off sides. The starting center for the Trojans, with his fantastic hair, and Michael Medlock, signals its 1st down, and it's a penalty against the Bulldogs. So it's a 5-yard penalty. This will be an automatic 1st down for the Trojans. On the first penalty of the night for the Butler Bulldogs, and that moves the ball into Butler territory to the Dog 47. Second 1st down attained by Taylor on the drive. Fakes the handoff to Frazier, runs away from trouble near side, throws a prayer near side. Eckel trying to come back to get it. Oh, it was in his hands, and then it fell out as it hit Eckel's face mask. He swam through the defensive back on the near side. That was Tommy Carlson. And it hits him in the face, and it goes down as an incompletion. First incompletion for Frazier. And a sideline warning against the Dogs. First and 10, or 2nd and 10 for the Trojans from the 47 of Butler as Taylor moves from left to right on the opening drive of the contest. Frazier in the pistol with Cleaver to his right, and another offsides from the Butler Bulldogs. This one looks to be Lucas Kozlowski, the guilty party. Make it 33 Jack Belskis, excuse me. And the second offsides of this drive against Butler. To make it to the 42 for the Trojans. Frazier fakes the handoff and pitches it near side to Cleaver. He's got a whole lot of room to work. Cleaver, the Valpo transfer, cuts back and stays on his feet to the 35. Wrestled out of bounds at the 30. Tackle from behind by Jordan Castleberry, but fancy footwork from Cleaver gets the Trojans their 3rd 1st down of the opening drive. And the ball quickly moving from left to right. Placed down to the 31 for the Trojans on the Cleaver carry. An 11-yard pickup for Cleaver on his first carry at home. Frazier in the pistol, inside to Cleaver, runs into a wall of humanity and is wrestled down for no gain. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Cleaver is the ball carrier for the Trojans, stopped for minimal gain on the play.
One of the first men through there to wrap him up was Belskis on the far side of the formation. New back in, Stephen Ellis off the left of Frazier. And Scally, the deep man, faking the handoff. Scally pitch far side. Ellis, he's got some room to work outside the numbers 30, 25, 20. Another first down for the Trojans as Ellis shoved out of bounds by Belskis. But Taylor into the red zone for the first time, a pickup of 19, a gain of 12. Down to the 19 for Ellis, the converted slot receiver. Lamb back in, the deep man behind Frazier. Inside, gives to Lamb, squirts through, and he is going to be home free for the touchdown. 19 yards out, and the Trojans move swiftly down the field in less than 3 minutes. The drive that started back at the 22-yard line, 19 yards to the house for Brendan Lamb, his 4th rushing touchdown of the season, and the Trojans strike first on the opening drive of the game. Zane Schiltz in to add the extra point. Out of the hold of Elijah McCloskey, and it is up and through. And with 12:10 to go in the first half, the Trojans take a 7-0 lead on the opening drive of the ball game. We're back with the kickoff next on the Trojan Sports Network. Wonderful drive for the Trojans on a drive that started back at their own 26. 9-play drive goes 74 yards for the Trojans. 3 different backs carried the ball on the drive. And now we'll see Butler's got up their sleeve. And they'll reset the play clock here. Taylor Athletic Director Kyle Gould told me during the summer, he said, hey, be ready when football season rolls around. Coach Mingo and the guys are going to run a play every 15 seconds. I chuckled. Then I came out to practice, and he was not lying, as Schiltz has it teed up. Coming forward to take it will be Devin Aguilar. Inside the 10, out to the 15 at the numbers. His mouthpiece waving, and Cleaver wraps him up, and then he's hammered hard by Cleaver's running back mate, Stephen Ellis. So Butler takes over 1st and 10. 12 minutes left to go here in the opening half. They trail 7-0 after the 19-yard romp from Brendan Lamb over the left side. And Brett Bushka comes out. 67% completion percentage on the year through the first 2 contests for the Dogs. Kayvon Samuels is his top rusher at 142 yards, or 139 per game, or through the season. Gets it back here, cuts around. Major Daly knifes him down after he crosses the 30 along with Sam Bolin. From the 29 out to the 32. So a gain of 3 for Samuels as Butler goes from right to left. They trail 7-0, less than 12 to go here in the first half. This is their first quarter. This is their first drive of the game. 2nd and 8 at the 31 after a pickup of 2. Bushka in the gun. Knee-high snap, drops back. Now comes forward, throws it out to the right side, trying to find Flagger as top target. Out of bounds as Colin Wolford was there in defense.
Bushka's pass is incomplete.
And that'll bring up 3rd down for Butler. 13 of 27 are the Dogs this year on 3rd down. And the Trojans trying to get a 3-and-out on their first defensive drive of the year. Taylor went 9 plays for their first touchdown. And now Bushka looks to the far sideline, the Butler sideline, to get the signs. He's got Samuels as a back to his left, fakes the handoff and drops back. Taylor rushes 4, off of his throw. In front, it's picked off by the Trojans. And here comes Taylor the other way. It's Josh Schultzgaber. Nice step back at the 10. He's wrestled down inside the 5 as he's tackled from behind by the wide receiver, Nate Rusk. But Josh Schultzgaber, an INT, and the Trojans inside the 5, and they pick up the INT on 3rd down. Bushka was off balance. That's his 5th interception of the year. And stepping right in front of that one was Josh Schultzgaber. Looked a little bit like Jacob Hockett running up the near sideline.
Result of the play is Taylor interception. First down for Taylor. This is a sideline warning on Taylor. Both teams now have one.
There's the sideline warning against Taylor. Yeah, you knew that one was coming. The whole bench came down to the near side corner and had a little party with Josh Schultzgaber. Ball at the 3, and that's where Taylor will take over, 1st and goal after the Schultzgaber pick. "27-yard return for Schultzgaber to the 3 of Butler. Grant Garrick will be wide to the left side. A tight end to the left is Joe Holderman. Frazier in the pistol with a back to his right and a back behind him. 1st and goal from the 3. Garrick in motion, inside give Lamb over the left side, barrels through, and Lamb has got his 2nd touchdown of the night. And with 11:06 remaining in the opening quarter, the Trojans cooking with gas, leading 13-0. A career-high 3 rushing touchdowns for Lamb against Judson, and he's already got 2 with 11 minutes left to go in the 1st. And the extra point is up and good from Schultz out of the hold of McCloskey. And the Trojans push the lead to 14-0 in the blink of an eye, trying to beat Butler for the 2nd time in a row. We're back with the kickoff next on the Trojan Sports Network. "14-0 Trojans on top of Butler. 2 rushing touchdowns from Lamb. The first one a 9-play drive that went 74 yards for Taylor. The second Lamb touchdown set up by the 27-yard INT by Josh Schultzgaber, Zach's twin brother. And my neighbor. Good way to represent the neighborhood by Josh Schultzgaber. Kickoff from Schultz will go to the far side this time. And it'll be the deep man, Aguilar, once again. Racing into the 20, out to the 25 to the 30, outside the numbers, far sideline. Taylor trying to hem him in. Aguilar goes up, and then he is hammered down by Darian Taylor on the far sideline. Aguilar tried to leap over a couple different Trojans, and Darian Taylor was having none of it. Second drive for Butler. It'll be out to the Butler 40. On a splendid return of over 30 yards for Aguilar. 1st and 10 Butler, they trail by 14. They lost 49-7 in their opener at Illinois State and won 49-24 last week against DePaul. Second drive for Bushka, 0 for 2 with the INT. 4 down linemen for the Trojans, 3 wide for Aguilar with Samuels to his right. Inside gives Samuels, runs through a couple arm tackles. Garbo comes in and wrestles him down after Samuels crosses the 45 to the 46. Gain of 6 for Kayvon Samuels on his 2nd carry tonight. Actually put it back at the 45-yard line, so just a gain of 5 for Samuels. He's averaging almost 70 yards per game in the first 2 games of the year. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the near side. That's the top wide receiver flagger for Butler. Man in motion from slot right to slot left is O'Shea. Another inside give. Samuels runs through an arm tackle, squirts through across midfield. Taylor will stand him up, but not before he crosses to the Taylor 49. And that'll be a gain of 6 and a first down, the first one of the night for Butler.
Samuels, the ball carrier, takes it into Taylor territory. Jones in on the stop for the Trojans.
Avon Jones, the Trojans' top tackler this year out of the linebacker spot against Judson, makes a stop. First down of the night for Butler as they're on the positive side of the 50 at the Taylor 49, moving from right to left with white jerseys and blue pants. 2 wide to the right, 1 to the near side. That's O'Shea. And now they'll send the running back Samuels in a slot left. Nobody back with the quarterback Bushka. Taylor rushes 4. Quick out near side, caught by Samuels outside the numbers. Daly and Josh Saltzgaber there to hem him in after he gets inside the 45, down to the Taylor 43. A gain of 6 on the first pass completion of the night for Bushka.
Takes it down to the 43-yard line.
2nd and 7 here for Butler as they trail 14-0 with 9:20 and counting here in the first quarter.
2nd and 4.
Home opener tonight for the Trojans in front of a packed house. Remember to stay tuned both in between the first and second quarters and at halftime for special presentations. We'll get into those after the play here. Slot man in motion. Faking the jet sweep. Bushka drops back. There was a wide open man across the middle. It's complete. And rumbling into the end zone from 43 yards out will be the tight end, Mike Weimer. So the touchdown there for Butler, and with 8:58 to go here in the first quarter, they strike first on a 4-play drive. Extra point to be added here by J.J. Wattis. So Austin Schwantz on the reception. Wattis to add the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So make it 81 on the touchdown. His first TD, 43 yards, and a touchdown for Bushka. And Taylor's lead down to 14-7 with 8:58 left to go here in the first quarter. So Schwantz on the reception. And that's the first reception of the year for Schwantz. Scally and Cleaver, the deep men for Taylor. They've scored the first 2 times they've touched the ball. 9-play drive, a Lamb 19-yard touchdown, and a 3-yard burst from Lamb after the Josh Saltzgaber INT. Taylor will get the ball for the 3rd time here tonight. And we are just about ready to go. 67 yards to 63, the difference between the two teams here tonight offensively. This one pulled to the near side again from Cleaver. Had a good run back his first time. Takes it at the 5. To the 10. Inside the numbers 15. Now outside of the 20. Wrapped up at the waist and taken down by Jack Boyd. Right around the 25-yard line. Call it the 24. And that's where Taylor will start drive number 3 of the night. With the clock rolling here at 8:44.
Upended at the 24-yard line, a 19-yard return.
Frazier 2 for 3 through the air. His completed passes to Eckel for 7 and Preston Scott for 9. Eckel wide to the far side with Holbein and Gehrig on the near side. Snap will come from the near side hash mark. 1st and 10 Taylor. Leading 14-7 with 8:45 to go here in the first quarter. Frazier inside give Lamb. Jets back to the middle after trying to go around the outside. He'll get a couple close to the 30. First one to wrap him up and take him down was Carson Golgin. And a good pickup there for Lamb on first down. Gain of 4 on the 3rd carry from Lamb. Taylor move from left to right. Frazier rolls, throws back, wanted Preston Scott, had a man on his back, and it was deflected down by Bradley McGee.
Frazier's pass is incomplete.
So Taylor going forward on 3rd down. They had it on 3rd down once. They were able to get a false start for Butler. Taylor 5 for 14 on third downs against Judson 2 weeks ago. 3 wide for Frazier with Lamb, the deep man, behind him. It's Eckel and Gehrig to the left and Hudson Holbein, the only man to the near side. 4 in the secondary for Butler with a 4-man front, and they rush 5. Frazier fakes the handoff, rolls left, throws on the run, outside. Trying to get it was Gehrig. It was in and out of his hands, and the incompletion will bring the punt team on for the first time tonight.
Frazier's pass is incomplete. Gehrig, the intended target.
So a good stop from Butler after marching down the field and getting a 43-yard touchdown catch from Schwantz. First punt of the night here for Stephen Ernest. High spiraling punt. Fair catch called for by Aguilar, and he makes it on his right shoulder. With the long snapper, Sean Callahan, right there ready to pounce in case the ball popped free. So the first time tonight that the Trojans do not come away with points on a drive. And we'll see if the defense has another stop in their back pocket here. 1st and 10 for Butler as they move from right to left in white jerseys and blue pants from the 33. 8:07 to go here in the first quarter. 14-7 the lead for Taylor. And that touchdown actually thrown by Nick Orlando the last time. Handoff here right in the backfield. 2 Trojans right there. It was finished by Major Daly and started by Braxton Green on the near side. Short gain on the carry, a loss of 2. Back to the 32 it looks like. And a loss of 1.
Stopped in the backfield for a loss on the play. Braxton Green, the first man there for the Trojans, brings up 2nd and 11.
So Orlando, the one on that touchdown toss. Bushka back in a quarterback. Knee-high snap, drop straight back. Throws far side to his running back, Samuels. Back to the original line of scrimmage, but Avon Jones wraps him up, and that'll be a gain of 1. Now it'll be 3rd down and long for Butler.
Stopped after a short gain. Avon Jones in on the stop.
Another tackle for Avon Jones.
3rd down.
3rd and 10 at the 32. Back to where we started here for Butler. Butler 0 for 1 on 3rd down tries tonight. Here's their 2nd attempt. Bushka comes to the line, says something to those offensive linemen. Taylor looks to be rushing 2. Jones and Saltzgiver drop back. Taylor brings 4. Bushka off his feet. He's got a man wide open near side. Caught at the 50 by Flagger. Excellent move to get away from Boland to the Taylor 35 to the 30. He's going to stiff arm Jones, and Flagger will take it in. An over 65-yard touchdown. 2 big pass plays, and now the game an extra point away from being tied up as Flagger took it the distance.
Flagger for the Butler touchdown.
Third receiving touchdown of the year for Flagger. On a wonderful pass from Bushka, and Flagger made the individual move and shook away from Boland on the near sideline, and with 6:36 left to go here in the first quarter, we are an extra point away from getting tied up on the 66-yard pass from Bushka to Flagger. Flag is in the air as the extra point is good. We'll wait to see what the call is from our officiating crew. So the 2 big pass completions. Samuels has got 2 receptions on the night out of the backfield, but Schwantz a 43-yard touchdown.
On the defense, that penalty is declined. Kick is good.
And so after a quick start out the gate, Butler comes back with 14 unanswered, and we're right back to where we started. Tied this time at 14. 6:36 to go in the first. We're back with a kickoff next on the Trojan Sports Network. Cleaver and Scally bat deep for the Trojans. After Taylor scored the first 14 of the game, Butler has answered with 14 points in their last 2 drives. Cleaver with his third kickoff return all the way out to the 20. 25-30, still on his feet, 35-40. Beats the kicker at the 50. Trying to outrun at the 40, comes back, big stiff arm. And Cleaver with a huge answer. And the flag is thrown, and there are going to be extra yards added to the big Cleaver kickoff return. Cleaver, the Valparaiso transfer, was a linebacker a year ago, I believe, for the Crusaders. 14-14, 6:26 to go. Here's the call.
Dead ball, personal foul on the kicking team, number 21. 15-yard penalty will be assessed from the end of the run. First down.
So 15 yards to the end of the run. This is going to put Taylor on the doorstep of the red zone. Put the ball at the 26-yard line. But a monstrous return for Cleaver. Took it inside his own 5 and rumbles it all the way out to the 31 before the penalty was added. A 54-yard return for Cleaver. Low snap picked up by Frazier. Inside handoff for Lamb, and there was nothing doing there. Coming right through the middle of the line through the A-gap was Aloha Bigaramana. That's the third penalty against Butler tonight for 20 yards. Or 25 yards, excuse me. In the pistol is Frazier. Fakes, pitches far side to Ellis, trying to get to the corner. He'll be cut down at the knees by his number 5 counterpart, Connor Reed. To the 25 of Butler it goes. That's a pickup of 1. And it'll be a 3rd down and 9 here for Taylor. Taylor 0 for 1 on 3rd down attempts today. After the long kickoff return, Taylor trying to get back in front. Game tied at 14. Frazier fakes. Throws off his back foot. Jump ball near side. Bagley off through his fingertips. His man fell down. And that one just a little far out of the reach of Bagley. And the Trojans will go for the field goal here with Zane Schultz. Just out of the reach of Bagley. So Frazier now 2 for 6 through the air. Schultz sets up for a 42-yard field goal from the left hash, kicking from left to right with no wind. Out of the hold of Elijah McCloskey. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good as well from 42, and the Trojans regain the lead 17-14 with 5:23 to go here in the first quarter. We're back with the kickoff next on the Trojan Sports Network. Three-play drive that ends with the 42-yard field goal from Zane Schultz, and Taylor goes back in front 17-14. Offense aplenty here from Upland, Indiana. A touchdown throw from backup quarterback Nick Orlando, and a touchdown throw from Bushka, the starter. Schultz has got her teed up. Aguilar and Boyd are the deep men here. As the sun's setting behind us for Butler, Taylor back in front, 17-14. Short one that Aguilar will take inside the 10. 15, numbers 20, trying to cut back to his right. Dances through, runs into a wall of purple, and that one is Gage Holder. Special teams tackle for Holder, as Aguilar took it out to the 26. Remember to stay tuned in between quarters 1 and 2. We'll be having a special honoree, and that will be for the legendary track and field coach George Glass. here between quarters 1 and 2. And then the men's cross-country national champions will get their rings coming up at halftime, so stay tuned for that as well. 17-14 the Taylor lead after the 42-yard Schultz field goal. Bushka has a new back. That is Deinhardt to his right. Man in motion, double tight end right side. Near side, Deinhardt trying to get on the right side, runs into Garbo, spins away. He'll run into some of his teammates, led by Avon Jones and Sam Bolin. Out to the 30-yard line, a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. On the first carry from A.J. Deinhardt tonight.
A.J. Deinhardt, the ball carrier, takes it out to the 30. Pick up a 4, brings up 2nd and 6.
Tyler Watson exits. Taylor with 5 in the secondary here. And 4 down linemen, so a nickel look for the Trojans. 2 wide receivers to the right for the Dogs, double tight ends to the right, 1 to the left. And the new quarterback is Nick Orlando, who had the 63-yard touchdown pass earlier. Fakes and wants to run up the middle. Orlando scooting through all the way to the Taylor secondary. Almost fumbled. He's across the 50 to the 40. Wants to cut back on Daly. Does sell his feet to the 35. He's finally taken down by Ho Jun Yoon. But Nick Orlando, the backup quarterback, comes in. And another big play from Orlando puts Butler into scoring on the Taylor side of the field inside the Trojan 30. A gain of 40 yards on the run, all the way down to the 29. So make it 41 on the carry from Orlando. First and 10 from the Taylor 29, 4:19 to go first quarter. Butler looking for their first lead of the night, trailing 17-14. Deinhardt getting his first series of the back. Handoff right end. Coming in and tackling him at the knees like a cannon was Josh Saltzgaber. A gain of 1 to the Taylor 28. Deinhardt out. Michael Benefield, the third string back, in for Butler. We look over trying to see where Kayvon Samuels is. And it looks like Samuels just getting a breather. So the new man in will be Benefield. He's off the right hip of the starting quarterback, Bushka. 2 wide near side. Flagger the slot left. Goes slot right into double tight end set. 2nd and 9 from the Taylor 28. Near side of the new back. Coming in. Runs through an arm tackle. Still on his feet. Spins away the 25. Finally spun down by Darian Taylor. Clock will wind. It'll be 3rd down after a pickup of 3 to the 25. So Benefield on the carry. A gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down and manageable. Make it 3rd down and manageable here for Butler. The Dogs 1 of 2 on 3rd downs today. It'll be a 3rd down and 4. Or a 3rd down and 6, excuse me. Butler 1 for 2 on 3rd downs tonight. Bushka out of the gun, throws near side, caught by Flagger. 1st down to the 20. No, he'll be short by a yard. Needed the 19, and he'll come up 1 yard shy. We'll see if Butler wants to go for it. So be a 3rd and 1 right at the 20. They need the 19, and the Butler offense is staying out there. Butler 2 for 5 on 4th down attempts this season. Bushka will line up under center for the first time tonight. 4th and 1 from the Taylor 20, left hash mark. Man in motion, left to right. Bushka trying to bottle his way forward, and we'll see where they mark him. The officials coming in from either side, looking like it's going to be a stop as they run in on the 20. We're waiting for the signal from lead official Graham Scott. Taylor saying it's a stop on 4th down, and it is. The Trojans stand tall on 4th and 1, and they'll take over at the 20, leading 17-14 with a $1:57 to go here in the first.
Please reset the clock for 2 minutes, 5 seconds. Thank you.
So they're going to put it to 2:05. As Butler goes for it on 4th down and comes up empty. Dakota Sonicson, the wide man to the near side. The Trojans with 2 tight ends and a new quarterback in. It's the backup Ricardo Marble. Remember, no starting quarterback Zach Saltzgaber tonight. First time we see Marble here of the year. Turns, hand off to Lamb. Nice hole up the middle. Shoulders his way through 25-30. Rumbling and carrying Bulldogs with them out to cross the 35, a gain of 16 to the 36. And that's Brendan Lamb's second longest carry of the night. Fourth first down for the Trojans on a romp from Brendan Lamb. His only longer run tonight was the touchdown scamper from 19. This one stonewalled right when it starts. He might have lost a yard back to the 35, did Lamb.
Lamb, the ball carrier.
One of the first ones through for Butler was Austin Corba. So 2nd and 11 from the 35. Taylor moves from left to right. Ricardo Marble in here for TU for the first drive of the night, replacing the starter tonight, Levi Frazier. Marble, the Bowling Green transfer from a couple years back. A back behind him and a back to the left. And a flag is thrown, and it might have been Sonicson to move early. And the Trojans will be backed up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 16 back to the 30.
False start. Offense, number 82. 5-yard penalty.
So it was Sonicson.
2nd down.
First carry, or first penalty against the Trojans here tonight. They lead 17-14. 2 touchdown runs from Lamb as Jacob Cleaver getting looked at by the athletic training staff down below us. Marble walks up to the line, shouting out instructions. Scott a tight end left, Bagley a tight end right. 2 backs in the backfield with Marble. Runs the option left side. He'll tuck it and run around the left end. 30, 35, back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe a hair or two more. It'll be a 3rd down and 9 as he takes it out to the 36 on a gain of 6.
Picks up about 6 on the play. Bring up 3rd down and 9.
Taylor 0 for 2 on 3rd downs today. They're going to try to pick up their first 3rd down conversion of the night. They already have 8 first downs. But what started with a great 16-yard run from Lamb on the first play of this drive has started to stall here. Less than 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Preston Scott jumps off sides, and now Taylor's going to get behind the sticks. Second false start by a Trojan skill position player here on this drive.
Offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty. Remains. 3rd down.
So 25 seconds as the clock winds. 3rd and 14 for Taylor, back at their own 31 as they move from left to right. Marble has Lamb as a deep man behind him in the pistol. This looks to be the last play of the opening quarter. Belt high snap. Lamb Marble play action. He'll be taken down for a sack in the backfield. His helmet comes off as well, and the sack will be credited to Jordan Castleberry and a couple of his other teammates.
Marble is dropped for a sack on the play.
They'll move the ball back to the 26-yard line, a loss of 10.
The first man there for the Bulldogs. That brings us to the
And that'll take us to the second quarter.
Taylor 17.
Taylor leading 17-14 here on the opening quarter. And now we will keep it right here as we await to see the triple zeros on the clocks. That's the end of the quarter. They're getting ready for the,
Fans, we are privileged to have a
here's the
special guest
George Glass recognition.
direct your attention to the south end of the end zone near Soto Arena and join us in giving 1977 Taylor Athletics Hall of Fame inductee George Glass a warm welcome back to Taylor. Coach Glass graduated from Taylor in 1958 after playing 4 years of basketball and participating in Venture for Victory in 1957. After graduating, Coach Glass took over as the head track and field and cross-country coach for Taylor, eventually overseeing 22 conference championship teams, 113 individual conference championships, 7 All-Americans, and 2 individual national championships during his historic tenure. Coach Glass is being honored this weekend by various alumni and former student-athletes who have returned to campus to celebrate the 2020-2021 Taylor Men's Cross Country National Championship. Please join us in giving and thanking Coach Glass for his immeasurable contributions to Taylor University, Taylor Athletics, and the Taylor Cross Country and Track programs.
Always good to see Coach Glass back on campus. He is a big watcher of the Trojan Sports Network. Glad you folks tuned in as well tonight. Ernest, his second punt, rifles it out of there with the right foot. Bounces on Butler's side. Callahan back there, the long snapper, ready to down it. It keeps rolling, rolling, rolling. And it's stopped inside the 40 of Butler. Down at the 38 of the Dogs. And that's where Butler will take over. They'll try to take their first lead of the night. They went for it on 4th down, going the opposite way against Taylor, and the Trojans stopped them on a 4th and 1 from the 20. First and 10 from Butler from their own 38. Taylor had 8 first downs in the first quarter, just 4 for Butler. The Trojans had 5 of them rushing on the ground, but Taylor 0 for 3 on 3rd downs now, and Butler just 1 for 3 in the first. Bushka, the starting quarterback, is in there for the Dogs. Looks like he's got the starter. Samuels back to his right in the backfield. Faking the handoff and dropping back as Bushka. Sets his feet, throws across the middle, has Flagger there, catches it in front of the Trojan defensive back, Gage Holder. And another long reception, this one right back into Taylor territory to the Trojan 35. A gain of 27 on Flagger's second catch of the night.
Brought down by Gage Holder. That's enough for a Bulldog first down.
4th completion of the night for Bushka. They now have 5 first downs. Bulldogs move from left to right, down by 3, just underway here in the second quarter. Chest high snap. Inside gives Samuels. Big hole right side. Shoulder tackled down by, you guessed it, Avon Jones.
Samuels, the ball carrier for the Bulldogs, takes it inside the 30 to the 29. Jones on the stop for the Trojans brings up 2nd down and 4.
2nd down and 4 after the pickup of 6 from Samuels. 5 carries for 19 totes tonight. This at the Taylor 29 is where the carry goes here. 3rd play of the drive, Butler fell behind 14-0. They scored 14 straight. And now they look for their first lead with Samuels being waved away from Orlando. Fakes and he'll run again. Had a 41-yard carry earlier. He will get minimal here. Coming up from the safety spot, Sam Bolin for the tackle around the hips. 2nd carry for Nick Orlando. And he exits and Bushka comes back in. But Orlando not just a runner. Remember, he had the 43-yard touchdown pass to Schwantz earlier in the contest. 3rd down and manageable to the 28. It'll be a 3rd and 3 after a gain of 1 by Orlando. Butler 1 for 3 on 3rd down tries tonight. Samuels moves to the right of Bushka. Taylor with a 4-man front. They drop 6 in the secondary. Bush inside. Nice little in route caught by one of his tight ends. Spinning around and getting the first down for the Bulldogs will be Colin Kelly. On the 5th completion of the night for Bushka. Make it the 6th completion of the night for Bushka. And another first down for Butler. Their 6th one tonight, and the drive continues. 1st and 10 for Butler from the Taylor 21. 2nd first down of the drive for the Dogs. They've got 6 so far in the game. Bushka, chest high snap. Inside handoff. Samuel runs through a couple more arm tackles. Squirts to the 15 to the 10. Outside the numbers. Foot race to the end zone. And in for the touchdown will be Kayvon Samuels. A touchdown from 21 yards out. And for the first time tonight, the Trojans are on the wrong side of the scoreboard. First rushing touchdown of the night for Samuels, his 2nd one of the season. And it's a 20-17 Butler lead with the extra point to come. Make it 22 yards out for Samuels. Bushka will hold for the extra point here from Wattis. Snap is good, and the kick is good as well. So after jumping out to a 14-0 lead, Butler has scored 21 of the next 24 points. And they lead 21-17 early on here in quarter number 2. 12:19 left to go before halftime on the Trojan Sports Network. Taylor scored on their first 2 drives of the game. Since then, they have mustered just 3 points on their next 3. 9-play drive to start, spanned 74 yards. Taylor went down and scored on a 19-yard Brendan Lamb touchdown. And after a Josh Saltzgaber pick on a 3rd down attempt for Butler on their first drive, Lamb went in from 3 yards out. Since then, the Bulldog offense has clicked on long plays. They've got 4 plays of over 20 yards since falling behind 14-0. Scally will take the kickoff return here, shoulders his way in, wrestled down hard after running into 2 different Butler players on the coverage team. Nate Rusk combines there with Joey Succi, second special teams tackle for Succi tonight. 12-12 to go in the first half. Taylor with the ball, trailing for the first time, down 21-17 as they move from right to left with purple jerseys and white pants. First and 10 for Taylor from their own 21. 4-man front for Butler, 3 linebackers and 4 in the secondary. Levi Frazier back in there at quarterback after taking the last drive off. Turn, screen far side, tapped on its way there. Hudson Holbein picked it up, but it's an incomplete pass for Frazier.
Frazier's pass falls incomplete. Holbein, the intended target, brings up 2nd down.
Make it back at the 16 for Taylor. Frazier now just 2 for 7 through the air tonight. Clock stops with 11:59 to go first half. Taylor down by 4. First full drive, fumbled on the give. Frazier loses it. It'll be scooped up by Butler inside the 10, and going in for the touchdown is going to be Daniel Obuaya. Frazier fumbled it, tried to work the pitch near side on the option, then lost it between his legs, and Obuaya was right there to pick it up and rumble into the end zone as things are going from bad to worse for the Trojans here in the second quarter. Extra point here upcoming from Wattis. And the first turnover for the Trojans tonight leads immediately to points. So both teams have scored a touchdown off of their opponent's turnover, and both teams have gotten the full 7 points. But a 28-17 lead now here for Butler in just a few minutes. We've played just over 3 minutes here in this second quarter, and the Trojans down by 11. Good to see Jacob Cleaver back out there for Taylor. He got looked at by the athletic training staff a few drives ago. 14 points unanswered here for Butler after the 42-yard field goal from Zane Schiltz. It was a 22-yard run for Kayvon Samuels. And then Daniel Obuaya picks up the Frazier fumble and rumbles in from about 10 or so yards out for the TD. Ball teed up for Luka Zurak. Still plenty of time left to go in this one. Plenty of time left to go here in the second quarter with 11:53 left. High end over end. Cleaver takes it on the near sideline, and he's going to step out of bounds inside the 15. One of those he might have been able to let go out of bounds, and Taylor's going to start with their worst field position tonight inside the 15. Looks like it's back to the 14, and that's where it's going to be. Taylor trails 28-17 here in the second quarter. The backs in the backfield, the two starters, Lamb and Cleaver. Eckel and Holbein to the far side, and now they'll stop play. They're going to try to think, and they need to get the play clock figured out.
Please set the clock to 11 minutes, 50 seconds.
So they're going to put the
Will start on the snap. The play clock will start on my signal.
So the game clock back to 11:50. Play clock is at 25. Taylor from right to left, 1st and 10 from their own 16. Trying to stop the 14 unanswered points here for Butler as they trail the Bulldogs 28-17 in their home opener. Lamb moves from right to left, low snap, Frazier pitches it forward. This one for Lamb, it's going to get out of bounds. That is 2 back-to-back rough snaps from the quarterback Levi Frazier in his first start of the season. In place of the starter, Zach Saltzgaber out tonight with an injury.
Lamb, the ball carrier, pushed out of bounds inside the 10. It's a loss on the play.
All the way back inside the Taylor 10, back to the 18. It'll be a loss of 6. Taylor was so strong in that opening 2 drives, and they just cannot get out of their way since. Cleaver runs into a wall, headed up by Eloa Bigaramana. One of the first of a couple of Bulldogs in there. Now it's going to be a 3rd down and long for Taylor out to the 10, a gain of 2.
Short pickup on the play brings up 3rd down.
Taylor from right to left. They have struggled on 3rd downs here tonight. 0 for 3. High snap through Frazier's hands. Got to find on it. Falls on it. There's a mass of people inside the 5. Butler says they have it. And they do. Second fumble by Frazier tonight. This one off the right side of his helmet. Back-to-back turnovers on back-to-back drives. And Butler will set up 1st and goal inside the 5, leading 28-17. Did not see who came away with it for the Bulldogs. But that full moon looming large out to our right. First and goal for Butler from the Taylor 5. Well, the second fumble of the night for Levi Frazier. Bushka, the quarterback, in the pistol. With a man behind in Benefield. Leaps over his man, hit up in the teeth by Bartu on the carry from Benefield for a gain of 1, 2nd and goal from the 4. Castleberry, the man who recovered that fumble for Butler. Taylor's turned it over twice on these last 2 drives. And the Bulldogs trying to go in and score more unanswered points. They've scored 14 unanswered. Russ comes in slot, faking the handoff is Bushka. Drops back, still drops back, throws this one to the back of the end zone, and his target will run out of room. He was looking for Jared Suchovitz. 3rd and goal for Butler from the Taylor 4.
Brings up 3rd down and goal.
Bushka on the night throwing. Six for 9 for 114 yards. Just the 3rd incompletion for Bushka tonight. Butler 2 for 4 on 3rd downs. And this is definitely, you think, would be goal-to-go territory here. Orlando, the backup quarterback in. Chest high snap, big hole right side, and he dances in from the 5 for his first rushing touchdown of the night. Orlando from 5 out. That's his 4th rushing touchdown this season. That's the most for the Bulldogs. And that's now 20 unanswered points for Butler. They lead 34-17 with 10:06 to go in the first half. Four yards out is Orlando. Wattis to add the extra point out of the hold of the starter Bushka. Hold is good. Kick is good as well. So Orlando, the backup quarterback, his 3rd rush of the night, has a 41-yard romp, and this one he scores from 4. As Taylor's been outscored 21-0 here in this second quarter. Taylor jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Since then, they've been outscored 35-3. With 10:06 remaining here in quarter number 2. We're back with more after this on the Trojan Sports Network. The stats tell no lies. Both teams have run about the same amount of plays, 25 for Taylor, 24 for Butler. But the Bulldogs have 253 yards of total offense to Taylor's 72. That's over 10 yards per play for Butler. Taylor with just under 3 per play. Zurak's got it teed up and sends it far side. Scally will wave and make a fair catch inside the 5, and the Trojans will get the ball 1st and 10 from the 25. 10:06 left to go here in the second quarter. Remember, Butler will get the ball to start the second half. 8 first downs aside, but Butler much better on third downs. They're 3 for 5 on third downs today. Taylor 0 for 4. Back-to-back fumbles for Levi Frazier. One was scooped up for a touchdown by Obwaya, and the second one led to the 4-yard touchdown run from Orlando. Frazier stays out here in the pistol with Lamb behind him, and Taylor will go with 3 wide. Eckel and Grant Gehrig to the near side. We have not seen Grant's younger brother Reed just yet. Gehrig in motion from the slot. Frazier pitching an end around near side. Flags are down for Dakota Sonicson. He's got an escort out front. Sonicson to the 40, 45, tiptoes, and he just steps out of bounds before he could get to midfield. But the flag is all the way back at the line of scrimmage. We'll wait and see what the call is.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Third penalty against Taylor tonight. That backs Taylor up 5, back to the 20. So a good end around there for Sonicson, who had 2 catches for over 100 yards in the win over Judson 2 weeks ago. Frazier in the pistol with 3 wide. Faking the handoff to Lamb. Frazier rolls to his right. Now he's going to tuck it and run to the 20. Outside the numbers 25. Might get to the 26. And he does. A gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down and 9. First carry for Levi tonight. Taylor's rushed for 62 yards tonight. Butler 96. So the Taylor ground attack. And a quick throw here. All and in and out of the hands of Hudson Holbein. Frazier now just 2 for 8 throwing tonight, and it'll be a 3rd down and 9 for Taylor as they look for their first 3rd down pickup of the night. They move from right to left, trailing 35-17. They've been outscored 35-3 since scoring 2 touchdowns on the first 2 times with the ball back in the first. Pistol to Frazier, fakes the handoff, pressure rolls near side. Wants to throw on the run, coming back as Gehrig gets intercepted on the near side by Connor Reed. 3 straight turnovers by Frazier on 3 straight drives, 2 fumbles, and now the INT. And Butler gets the ball with short field, leading 35-17 with 9:16 remaining here in the first half. Reed on the INT. First interception for him this season. And Butler has it 1st and 10 from the Trojan 31. 9:16 left to go here in the first half. Ever since those first 2 drives to start the game off, Butler has done whatever they want here in quarter number 2 and back to the first. Bushka in the gun. Fakes the handoff, pulls it back, throws across the middle, has a man wide open, caught by O'Shea, hit by Daly. But it'll be a big gain inside the red zone down to the Taylor 6, it looks like.
Bushka's pass is complete Johnny O'Shea makes the catch, takes it down inside.
Catch for O'Shea, a pickup of 25.
First and goal.
7th completion out of 10 tonight for Bushka. Another first and goal opportunity here for the Butler Bulldogs. They're knocking on the door of 300 yards of total offense here in the first half. Bushka 7 for 10 for 139 through the air. Touchdown and an INT for the starter tonight. Keeps Kayvon Samuels to his left in the gun. 2 tight ends and 2 wide. Samuels around the right end. Cuts it back, steps in, runs into purple. Taylor trying to stop him before he can get to the goal line. And everybody and their brother comes and walls up Samuel at the 2. Bartu in there, along with De'Aris Hope and Avon Jones. Second and goal to the Taylor 2. Bushka in the gun as Butler tries to punch it into the end zone to our right. Samuels moves to his right. Inside handoff, Samuels burrows through, and he's stopped at the 1-yard line again by the defensive front of Taylor. Bartu, Josh Saltzgaber, Major Daly in there too. Sam Bolin from the spot again. And so can Taylor stand tall again on third down? Butler 3 for 5 on third down tries today as they go from left to right. They lead 35-17 with 7:20 left to go. It's right on the doorstep. High pass into Samuel, and he's in from a yard out for his second rushing touchdown tonight.
Samuels takes it in for the Butler touchdown.
41-17 Butlers. They've scored 49 points last week against DePaul, and they're an extra point away from getting to 42 here in the first half. So Samuels from a couple yards out from the 1. Wattis' extra point is through the uprights. And with 7:05 separating us from halftime, it's 42-17 Butler. And the Trojan offense has not crossed midfield. They've turned it over on 3 straight drives, 2 fumbles and an INT, all from Levi Frazier. Big plays were the name of the game in the first quarter for the Bulldogs. Scoring on a 43-yard touchdown reception, scoring on 2 long plays, a 43-yard reception from Schwantz and a 66-yard catch and run from Flagger. Then Taylor stood tall, end of the first quarter, stopped on a 4th and 1 from their own 20. But then it's been 4 straight touchdowns here for the Butler Bulldogs. A Samuels 22-yard run on their first drive of the second quarter. Frazier had fumbled. It was picked up by Obuaya from 10 yards out. He rumbled in to make it 28-17 Butler. Frazier fumbled again. Orlando came in. The backup quarterback scored from 4. And then Samuels just scored from 2 yards for 1 yard away. 42-17 Butler, 7:05 left to go here in the first half. Ball teed up with Scally and Cleaver, the deep men, back for TU. Another fair catch taken by the Trojans, and they'll start 1st and 10 from their 25. Whistles all over the place, so we'll see what's going on down on the field. The last time Taylor was able to cross midfield was on that Cleaver kickoff return that he took over 50 yards to the Butler 26. Since then, Taylor has not crossed midfield. That big kickoff return led to the field goal for TU. Now we'll see what they can do with 7:05 to go on a jumbo set. 2 backs there with Frazier. Chest high snap inside to Lamb. Jets out the right side, runs through the safety and keeps moving forward to the 30 on a gain of 5. Lamb ran right into Nick Bafia. who hugged him and held on for dear life as Lamb was looking for more yardage. Nine carries for Lamb for 46 yards. Pitching near side to Lamb, almost lost his footing, pushed out of bounds at the 30. He'll get to the 31, maybe the 32. Escorting him out of bounds were Kozlowski and Belskis for Butler. Third and manageable for Taylor at their own 31. So a 3rd and 4 for Taylor. The Trojans have struggled on third down tonight, 0 for 5. Taylor's just 5 for 14 against Judson in their opener 2 weeks ago. Garrigan motion from slot left. Frazier loses the ball again, and that'll be the 3rd fumble lost by Levi Frazier tonight, the 4th fumble in total for TEU. And Butler gets it again on a short field. They'll take it over 1st and 10 from the Taylor 26.
By the Bulldogs. Michael Bode makes the recovery for Butler.
Taylor had just one fumble in their loss or their win over Judson a couple weeks ago.
National championship team with their championship rings presentation.
And here's the defense back out for Taylor, trying to deal with another short field here for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 for the Dogs from the Taylor 26. They go from left to right, and they have blown this thing open. Butler out front 42-17 with 6:30 remaining in the opening half. Wide receiver in motion from right to left. That is Nate Walker. Handoff off the left side. Deinhardt cuts back up the middle. Daly will hit him, and also finished off on the backside by Bolin or Wofford. But another big carry, this time for the backup running back, A.J. Deinhardt. And it's a 1st and goal to go situation down to the 8 on a pickup of 16. Just the 3rd carry tonight for A.J. Deinhardt. Had just 5 carries on his first 2 totes. There's his longest rush of the night. Orlando, the backup quarterback under center. He is a dangerous runner. Near side, Deinhardt. Taken out of bounds by Darian Taylor as he couldn't get to the corner.
Orlando's pass is complete.
Make it a screen, by Orlando.
Minimal gain on the play brings up 2nd and goal.
This one down to the 6 or the 7. We'll call it the 7, a gain of 1. Orlando out in the starter quarterback, Bushka back in. Deinhardt, the deep man behind him. He sends Walker to the right. Tight ends on either side, and the only man to the left is O'Shea. Near hash mark snap as Walker in motion from right to left. Belt high snap. Give off to Deinhardt near side. He's upended by Bolin coming up from his defensive back spot. And a gain of 2 down to the Taylor 5. 3rd down and goal here for Butler. And they're 4 for 6 on 3rd down attempts tonight. One of the tight ends exits. That's going to be Jared Suchovitz. And they'll bring in Flagger, who's got 1 touchdown catch tonight. 3rd and goal to go for Butler from the Trojan 5 as they move from left to right, trying to build on their 42-17 lead. Deinhardt, the man to Bushka's right. Belt high snap. Spins the ball, looks to his right, throws across the middle, has a man wide open in O'Shea, who makes a touchdown reception. And that's O'Shea's 1st touchdown catch of the year from 5 yards out. And now it's 48-17 Butler. Second touchdown pass of the night for Bushka. Second catch for O'Shea. And his first touchdown of the night. Bushka, 8 for 11 for 144 yards. The extra point is good. And it's 49-17 Butler, as they've outscored Taylor 49-3 since the Trojans led 14-0. Yogi Flagger, 4 catches for 105 yards, including a 66-yard touchdown for Butler. O'Shea now with 3 catches, including the 25-yard catch right here. And we get ready for the kickoff here with 4:46 remaining in half number one. Bushka 8 for 11, 144 yards, 2 scores in the pick. Kayvon Samuels 9 carries for 47 yards. 22-yard long rush. He's got 2 scores tonight. Nick Orlando 3 carries, including a 41-yarder. 46 yards and a score. Flagger 4 catches, 105 yards. Schwantz 1 catch for 43. That was the first touchdown of the night for Butler. O'Shea 2 catches, including the touchdown right now from 5 yards out. And Kayvon Samuels has 2 catches out of the backfield. But the Trojans have turned it over in the last 4 drives, 3 fumbles and an INT from starting quarterback tonight, Levi Frazier, who starts in place of the starter Zach Saltzgaber, who was hurt with an upper body injury against Judson 2 weeks ago. Kickoff here, and the Trojans wait for the fair catch, and they'll take it 1st and 10 from the 25. Taylor has not had a drive on these 4 straight that they've turned it over on, last more than 3 plays. Remember to stay tuned during halftime. We will have the ring ceremony for the national champion men's cross country team. They're getting in formation down below us to receive their rings from new president Dr. Michael Lindsay. Ricardo Marble in for his second drive of the opening half, replacing Frazier. 1 receiver right, that's Holbein. 2 to the left, those are Eckel and Grant Gehrig. Gehrig in motion from slot left. Hand off to the right side. Lamb dances, puts his shoulder down, and runs into the linebacker Isaac Koloski for a gain of a few. To the 28, call it 3. 10th carry of the night for Lamb. Make it his 11th, Frazier with that white mouthpiece dangling out of his helmet. Slot back to the left is Gehrig. Pistol formation. Option near side. They pitch to Gehrig. To the 30. 35, 40. He can really scoot. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Grant Gehrig trying to outrace Butler to the end zone. Runs through an arm tackle inside the 5. Reaches for the goal line. And Gehrig takes it down to the Butler 1. Beautiful option from the slot by Grant Gehrig. The longest rush of his career puts Taylor at goal to go from the 1.
First and goal for the Trojans. Fans, that's another Taylor.
Huge carry for Grant Gehrig, and now can Taylor finally break through here and get a score? Timeout on the field, and that's brought some much-needed energy. A 71-yard romp for the senior wideout Grant Gehrig, who came back for a 5th year. And it'll be goal to go for the Trojans from the 1 with 3:38 left to go here in the second quarter. Taylor down 49-17. Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. Goal to go from the 1 after the 71-yard run from Grant Gehrig. Taylor trying to score their first points since they've got a field goal to go up 17-14 at the end of the first quarter. Gehrig in motion, turnaround give to Lamb, right at the goal line, muscles his way in, and ties his career high with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. 49-23, the Taylor deficit with 3:40 left to go here in this second quarter. Schultz on to add the extra point. Out of the hold of McCloskey, right foot into the ball, and it is through for Zane Schultz. After being scoreless for over a quarter, Grant Gehrig busts one loose from 71 yards, takes it all the way from the Taylor 28 down to the 1. And Taylor back into it, down 49-24 on their first touchdown since the Lamb second rushing touchdown of the night. Lamb's got 3 touchdowns this evening. So can the defense get a takeaway here? Remember, Butler's going to start with the ball to start the second quarter. Or start the second half, excuse me. Taylor had turned the ball over on 4 straight possessions, and Butler cashed in on every last one of them. Before the rushing stop there from from Brendan Lamb. Ricardo Marbles, somebody that the Trojans very excited about. Has a lot of talent, and the coaching staff says the offense starting to slow down right now for 3 in purple. Second drive of the night has led to a touchdown. Schultz has got it teed up. Far side hash mark. The deep men are Aguilar and Boyd for the Butler Bulldogs. This one a short kick up the right side. Fair catch called for and made inside the 20 by Joey Succi of Butler. 3:40 left to go. 2 timeouts aside. Butler's lead down to 49-24. It's been interesting to see folks have not really used a lot of that rule, the fair catch inside the 25. You get the ball at the 25 on kickoffs the last couple of years since they instituted it. But both Taylor and Butler now have used it at least once tonight. Taylor's used it a couple of times. 3:40 to go before halftime. Butler starts 1st and 10 from their own 25. They go from left to right on the artificial surface, leading 49-24. As the Bulldogs try to win their second game of the year. 2 wide, inside handoff. Samuels runs over the left guard, and he's stopped for a minimal gain out to the Butler 28. A gain of 3 for Samuels. 2nd and 7. Rusk exits as you're bowling in on the stop. Butler has not gone 3 and out tonight. They did go for it on 4th down before all the turnovers started happening for the Trojans and gave Butler a lot of short fields. Nick Orlando, the backup quarterback, in 2 for 2 through the air, and has also busted a couple runs loose. Low fakes the jet sweep far side. Pressure comes. Orlando getting away from trouble. He will not get away from the Trojan defensive line and one of their captains, Sam Bartu. A loss of 8 back to the 20. 3rd and 15 on the Bartu sack. So let's see if the Trojans can get a 3 and out here as the sideline has come back to life after the touchdown run from Lamb set up by the Grant Garrick scamper. Butler 5 of 7 on 3rd downs tonight. Their worst field position in a while. Knee-high snap. Duck thrown near side. Coming back to get it as Flagger in front of Wolford. He'll get the first down by 3 yards on an absolute duck thrown from Brett Bushka. 5th catch for Flagger. And that'll be the 12th first down of the night here for Butler. 1st and 10 for the Dogs out to the 37. With less than 2 to go here in the first half. Butler out front 49-24. The Trojans had an opportunity there to try to get the ball back and score another one. Bushka in the gun. Inside handoff. Samuels over the right side runs into Diarra's Hope, and it'll be a gain of 2 to the Trojan 30, or the Butler 39. Another carry for Kayvon Samuels. 11th carry for Samuels for 52 yards. 2nd down and 8 from the Butler 39. They go from left to right with 1:15 left to go in the first half. Bulldogs out front 49-24. They have dominated play here in the second quarter after falling behind 14-0. Long throw far side into Flagger, then he is separated from the ball on a wonderful hit from Gage Holder. A high pass from Bushka, and that was an invitation for Holder to break the ball up. Nicely done by Holder.
Broke it up on the play. Gage Holder.
3rd and 8 for Butler. As Bushka now 9 for 13 through the air. Taylor's been outscored 35-7 here in the second quarter. The majority off of turnovers. A long pass a few moments ago set up a first down for Butler. The Dogs try to do it again. Bushka, big hole up the middle. A holding will not be called, and now it finally is. It's a first down run for Bushka, but bring this thing back because Billy Potter almost had his right arm separated from his body. It was a 17-yard pass earlier on 3rd and 15 from Bushka. And we're going to do that one again. It's going to move Butler behind the sticks.
Holding, offense, number 57. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
4th penalty of the night for Butler for 35 yards. 58 seconds left to go. It moves them all the way back to the 31. They need to get to their own 47. 3rd and 16 here for Butler. And time will be called. Timeout on the field for whom?
Timeout, Taylor University.
For Taylor. They've got one timeout left. 58 seconds left to go. 3rd and long for Butler when we come back on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available.
58 seconds left, a 3rd down and 18 here for Butler from their own 31. Butler's been good on 3rd down. They picked up 1 3rd down on this drive. Taylor rushes 4. Now Bushka running away from pressure, trying to get away from Billy Potter. Throws across his body, and this one out of bounds, and a late flag thrown in from our side judge on the near side as the backup quarterback, Nick Orlando, is out there running a route for the Bulldogs. He has made 2 catches this season. It's going to be offensive pass interference on the big fella, Orlando. So see what head coach Aaron Mingo wants to do in his first home game. Will they move him back, or will he take the result of the play, which is an incomplete pass?
Pass interference, offense, number 1. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is an incomplete pass, 4th down.
So the incomplete pass will bring on the punt unit for the first time tonight for Butler. So we'll get to see Zurak punt it away for the first time. The deep man will be Dakota Sonicson for the Trojans, the speedster out of Georgia. 50 seconds left to go. Taylor down 49-24. Taylor brings the rush, and this one driven spiraling away. Sonicson backpedaling, makes the catch, drops it, trying to pick it up. He's hit, and he holds on to it. Right there on top of him was the backup running back, Deinhardt. And the Trojans narrowly miss giving away their 4th fumble of the night. Taylor with 1 timeout, 50 seconds remaining. Or 2 timeouts left. We'll see what Aaron Mingo and offensive coordinator Josh Flannery have cooked up here. Remember, Butler gets the ball back to start the second half. And the Trojans deep inside their 20 all the way back to their own 15 with 50 seconds to work and 1 timeout. Marble back for a second series in a row with Lamb behind him. Handoff. Lamb jitterbugs his way over the right guard, barrels his way through, a gain of a couple. Out to the 18, a gain of 3. 40 seconds and counting. 2nd and 7 after the 3-yard pickup from Lamb. Taylor goes hurry up here. Marble can really toss it. Fakes and rolls to his right. Wants to throw to the boundary. Throws it, coming back to get it. Grant Garrick popped into the air off the back of the helmet of Connor Reed, who already has 1 INT tonight.
Marble's pass is incomplete.
And it'll be a 3rd down and 7 for Taylor. First pass attempt of the night for Marble. Third and 7 for Taylor. Trojans 0 for 6 on 3rd downs here tonight. 27 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Taylor from right to left. Chest high snap. Marble runs the option. Pitches near side. Lamb cannot spin away from the first man. Getting right there and wrapping him up was Tommy Carlson. A couple other teammates came in to finish off the tackle. And with 13 seconds left, Butler's got 1 timeout if they want to use it. It'll be a 4th down. But with 8 seconds left, this looks like it's going to be the final play of the opening half. Taylor led 17-14 after 1 quarter of play. Since then, it has been all Butler as they outscore the Trojans by a 35-7 margin in the 2nd quarter. And they go into the halftime break, leading Taylor 49-24. We'll step away momentarily, and when we come back, it's time to hand out some hardware to the national champion Taylor men's cross country team. That comes up next. Do not go anywhere.
2021 Taylor men's cross country national championship team. Back to midfield, where it is our pleasure to celebrate the 2020-2021 Taylor men's cross-country team. Last year's men's cross-country team ended its historic season by winning the NAIA National Championship in dominant fashion on April 9th for the first team national championship in Taylor's history. The squad ran its fastest time in program history to post a 41-point gap over the second-place team at the NAIA National Championship, and closed its season with an overall win-loss record of 91 wins and 5 losses. The Trojans saw each of Alex Helmuth, Josh Roth, Daniel Gerber, Luke Rovenstein, Derek Van Bruyen, Sam Hardy, and Connor White finish inside the top 65 during the national championship run, with Helmuth, Roth, Gerber, Rovenstein, and Van Bruyen each collecting NAIA All-American honors. Head coach Quinn White was also named the NAIA National Coach of the Year. In addition to their national championship efforts on the course, Taylor also posted the highest team grade point average of any men's cross-country team in the NAIA last season. Fans, please join me in welcoming Taylor University President Dr. Michael Lindsay, who will share a few words prior to our presenting the NAIA National Championship rings to the team.
It's an amazing opportunity to recognize such a talented group of student athletes who have led with class. Not only did they win the national championship, but they did it with great integrity, representing the highest ideals of Taylor University. These were young men and women who were running not only to win, but also to do it with excellence. They were people who were saying, we're not running against one another, we're running with one another. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our national champions.
moment, he will present the rings to each member. We start with sophomore political science, philosophy, and economics and politics major, Zane Callison. Next is sophomore film and production major, Nate Conkle. Next is sophomore management major, Benjamin Eifert. Next is senior finance and political science, philosophy, and economics major, Daniel Gerber. Next is sophomore computer science major, Jack Hammond. A junior mathematics and education major, Josh Harden. A senior biochemistry major, Alex Helmuth. A senior human physiology and preventative medicine major, Zach Hoekstra. Now a senior political science, philosophy, and economics major, Nathan Holst. Next, a senior marketing and management major, Blake Montgomery. A 2021 graduate and mathematics major, Josh Roth. Also a 2021 graduate and biology major, Luke Robenstein. Next is sophomore and accounting major, Quinn Rudy. A junior political science, philosophy, economics, and biblical literature major, Cody Sonnenberg. And now our junior computer engineering major, Nathan Streetmatter. A senior exercise science major, Derek Van Poyen. And a senior computer science major, Connor White. Assistant coach, Michael Neidick. And finally, our head coach, Quinn White. Ladies and gentlemen, one more big round of applause. Help me congratulating these coaches and student athletes on their historic accomplishment.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the Athletics Department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes. Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the Athletic Department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes. About to get back going again here from Turner Stadium. Your first half stats brought to you by BSN Sports. 49-24 the lead. Trojans scored the first 14 points of the ball game. And then it was a second quarter of dominance for Butler. They outscored Taylor 35-7 after trailing 17-14 after one quarter of play. And a lot of 4 straight turnovers by the Trojans, 3 fumbles and an interception. Helped give those short fields for Butler, and they cashed in every time. Trojans just missed out on a 3-and-out late there in the second quarter. They are working hard and came out very confident here to start this third quarter off. They will kick the ball away to Butler, as the Bulldogs had 326 yards of total offense in the first half. Taylor 156. Plays were about even, 39-37 in favor of Butler. Brett Bushko went 9 for 14 through the air for 161 yards, 2 touchdowns and a score. Nick Orlando went 2 for 2 for 45 yards and a touchdown strike. He also rushed 4 times for 38 yards, had a long rush of 41 and a score. Kayvon Samuels, 11 carries, 52 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Trojans led in rushing by Brendan Lamb, 14 totes for 58 yards in that first half of play. So we are ready to go here from Turner Stadium. The third quarter about to get underway, and let's see what the Trojan offense or the Trojan defense has up their sleeve to start quarter number 3 off. Schultz will kick it away, an end-over-end kick to the near side. Coming forward, Aguilar takes it inside the 15, already out to the 20, 25, runs through an arm tackle to 30, runs into the kicker and taken, or just shy of the kicker at the 40. And a great kickoff return of almost over 30 yards there for Aguilar. Stopped by Nathaniel Moore, but a great field position here for Butler to start things off in quarter number 3. First and 10 for the Dogs from their own 41 as they move from right to left as we start quarter number 3. And Butler leading 49-24 on the back of a 35-point second quarter. Bushka, belt high snap, rolls to his right, throws on the run, screen out far side, caught by O'Shea, spun out of bounds by Holder. And a completion to start things off here for Bushka. And a good pickup out near the 50-yard line, out to the 48 of Taylor, a gain of 7.
Picks up 7 on the play, brings up second and 3.
Another catch for O'Shea. He has been a good target this evening for the Butler quarterbacks. 4 catches now, including a touchdown for over 40 yards. Taylor defense down below us making some noise. 3rd and 3 from the 48. And an offensive lineman moves for Butler. Tierras Hope very emphatic with his point to the other side of the field. That was the one drawback for Butler in the first half, had 4 penalties. Colton Rulin, the guilty party, the left guard. And that will push Butler back close to the original line of scrimmage. So moving from the 48 to the 43. So instead of 2nd and 3, let's call it 2nd and 8. Just underway here in the third quarter. 3 wide for Butler. Flagger wide to the right. O'Shea and a man wide to the near side. Actually making the running back Samuels was wide to the right. Screen near side. He's got a couple balls side. Here's his third one. Gets it out to the 45, the 50. Runs through the stop, and he's stopped at the Taylor 48 by Colin Wolford. That'll be good enough for the first down by a yard on a pickup of 9 to the Trojan 48. Screen pass brought in by Samuels on his 3rd catch. Butler moves from right to left. First drive here of the third quarter. On the Trojan side of the field at the 48, 1st and 10 with the Dogs leading 49-24. 2 backs on either side. They'll move a man in motion to the right. Dropping back, Bushka throws. Nice pass far side. Flagger catches in the stomach. Wolford can't wrap him up. Flagger still with first down and more outside the numbers inside the Taylor 30 to the Taylor 28. A gain of 20 as the Trojans missed the tackle on the right side. Would have been short of the line to gain. But a bad tackle by the Trojans puts Flagger on another first down. Second one picked up by Butler, and they're all the way down to the Taylor 28-yard line. 1st and 10 on their second first down pickup here of the opening drive of quarter 3. Taylor could use a turnover here in the worst way possible 2 minutes into quarter 3. Two wide to the near side. Those are Rusk and Flagger. O'Shea wide to the right. Right hash mark snap to the chest of Bushka. And right as he hands the ball off to Samuels, it's blown dead by our line judge.
False start. Offense, number 64. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Penalty against Butler. Their second one of the drive, and can Taylor take advantage? This will put Butler behind the sticks. Back to the 33, a loss of 5 on the false start. First drive, quarter 3. Butler outscored Taylor 35-7 to turn a 17-14 deficit into a 49-24 lead. Samuels to the right of the starting quarterback, Bushka in the shotgun. Handoff Samuels trying to get around the left side. Saltzkeeper makes him cut back, diving and following. Now the ball comes loose. Taylor celebrating like they have it. The Trojans come out of the pile with it, and they do. It'll be Christian Sievert getting the fumble, and the Trojans get their second turnover of the night, and exactly what the doctor ordered on the first drive of quarter 3.
Billy Potter makes the recovery for Taylor, and the Trojans take over.
So Sievert falls on it. Potter looks to be the one to force it. And now Ricardo Marble will get the start here to start off the first drive of the third quarter for Taylor. 1st and 10 from their 28. They maneuver from left to right. Potter forced it and is recovered by Potter. Gehrig in motion. Inside give Lamb over the left guard. Runs into a wall of white and purple. He'll maybe get one out to the 29. The whole defensive line for Butler stops Brendan Lamb. Making no gain, stays at the 28. Taylor goes to the hurry up. No surprise to see the Trojans run a play every 15 seconds. Lamb, the deep man behind Marble in the pistol. Chest high snap. Marble pulls, throws on the screen. Preston Scott, wide open spaces run, 35-40. Out to the numbers, 45. The big fellow rumbles into Butler territory all the way up to the Dogs' 48. The Trojans go from their own 28-yard line all the way to midfield, and a player down across from us for Butler. We'll take a break. First down Trojans on Preston Scott's big reception on the nice roll to the left side by Ricardo Marble. The injured Butler defensive player is number 42, Michael
Best One
Wellman.
Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics.
Staff for Butler
Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear.
Trojan quarterback
Customers can also
the first one for Marble. Pistol here with an offset tight end left. Butler brings a rush. Throw near side. Eccles open, and Marble will overthrow him. Eckel had a step on the cornerback Thomas Russo. But there's the arm strength from Ricardo Marble.
Eckel is the intended target. That brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the Butler 48. Taylor down 49-24. Just underway here in the third quarter. Taylor's first drive of quarter 3, looking for points that they much need. Sonics in motion left to right. Marble hands off to Lamb up the gut. Maybe gets one. Looks like they'll say none, so it'll be 3rd down and 10 with the ball at the 48.
Stop for no gain on the play. Be 3rd down and 10.
Marble's got the big arm. We'll see what Josh Flannery, the first-year offensive coordinator, dials up along with Coach Mingo. Bagley, a tight end, offset left. Hudson Holbein wide left. Sonicson and Eckel to the near side. Snap comes on the right edge of the Trojan head logo at midfield. Marble changing the play, maybe with 5 to go on the play clock. 3rd and 10, first drive, third quarter. Marble chest high snap. Blitz comes, throws on the run near side. Read and dropped by the Butler DB Thomas Russo. Jumped the out route near side to Eckel and almost came up with a second INT for a Butler defensive player tonight. And Taylor will punt it away at the 48 after a nice pickup to Preston Scott on the second play of the drive.
Russo on the breakup for the Bulldogs. That brings up 4th down.
Russo dove. Remember, he was the one that was a couple steps behind on the Eckel try. Punt off the right side of the foot, and that one will go out of play from Ernest. So both teams come up empty on their first drive of the third. And 10:47 left to go here in the third stanza. Butler gets the ball back, still leading 49-24. We'll step away momentarily and come back with more Taylor football action. New running back in for Butler as Kayvon Samuels will get a breather. Looks to be the backup, A.J. Deinhardt. 2 wide receivers to the right. Those are O'Shea and Flagger. Pistol formation with Bushka as Taylor shows a blitz. Faking the handoff as Bushka rolls to his right. Throws on the run far side. Wide open O'Shea. Tries to put his shoulder down. Muscling his way close to the line to gain, but Avon Jones shoves him back. And it'll be a yard short out to the Butler 44. A gain of 9.
Is complete. O'Shea makes the
And a Taylor player slow to get up across from us. 13th completion for Bushka tonight, over 200 yards. And it's a Taylor corner across the way that is slow to get back up. Actually make it the linebacker, Avon Jones. We'll take a break as the Sports Minutes and staff comes out to check on Jones.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection.
Backup quarterback Nick Orlando lines up wide to the near side. He's lined up as a receiver multiple times tonight. O'Shea is in a slot left as Avon Jones comes out of the contest. Deinhardt, the backup running back, in motion. Bushka pumps, wanted a double move near side. Tabor doubles up Orlando. Bushka, little skip. He is knifed down at the knees by cornerback Major Daly. Wonderful open field tackle from Daly. They tried to run the double move near side with Orlando. The Trojans bracketed the coverage. It'll be a 2nd and 9, a gain of 1 to the 46. Ho-Jin Yoon out. Darian Taylor, the linebacker, in, as Taylor will go with 4 in the secondary. A 3-4 look with Bryson Scott coming in to replace Avon Jones. At that middle linebacker position, Jones is the Trojans' top linebacker. Handoff right up the middle. Samuel, actually making not Samuel, runs into Jones and carries the new middle linebacker Scott as well. Looks like it was the 3rd string running back for Butler, and it was Michael Benefield. And another Taylor player slow to get back up behind the play. 1st and 10 for Butler from the Trojan 44. We'll pause and come back with more Taylor football next on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the Athletics Department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams. The injured Trojan is the defensive lineman Trevor Garbo. He'll be helped with some assistance from head athletic trainer Casey Hackman. His father, one of the 2 coaches held over from the previous coaching staff, both on the defensive side, with defensive coordinator Jared Bodie calling the plays for the Taylor defense for the 2nd year in a row. 1st and 10 for Butler from the Taylor 44. Delayed handoff now, throwing across the middle, almost tapped away by Bolin. It's O'Shea again, and he continues like the rest of the night to continue to run through Trojan arm tackles. This one down inside the 30, another first down picked up here by Butler, their 3rd one of the drive. This one down to the Taylor 29. And that'll be a pickup of 16. Actually move it all the way to the 27, a gain of 18. Down to the Taylor 28. 1st and 10 with 8:43 to go. 2nd drive of the 3rd quarter here for Butler. They lead 49-24 on the back of a 35-point 2nd quarter. They move from right to left. Benefield, the man to the back of Bushka. Takes the handoff here. Jitterbugs near side. Bounces out the left end. Saltzgaber trying to chase him down. Pushes him out of bounds right before he could get to the 20-yard line. Pushed out to the 22, a gain of 5. Good pursuit there from Josh Saltzgaber. Luke Corsten comes out. Fresh defensive lineman back in for TU. Still have not seen Avon Jones return. He was munching on a banana down below us, trying to get rid of some cramps. As Bryson Scott back in there at the middle linebacker position. Less than 8 to go as Trevor Garbo walking out, stretching his legs out down below us. Nick Orlando, the backup quarterback in. Jet sweep. Now Alex Orlando will keep it up the middle. Glides his way through. Uses that big frame and lumbers his way forward to the Taylor 12. A gain of 10 on 2nd and 4. First down again here for Butler. Their 4th first down of the drive. As they keep putting together one of their better drives here of the night. Drive started back at their 35-yard line after a Taylor punt that stalled at the Bulldogs' 48. Again, the Trojans could use a turnover here in the worst way possible. Got a fumble recovery on the opening drive of the quarter. Benefield over the right guard, spins, and the line pushes him forward for a couple. He'll get inside the 10 to the 9, a pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Last 2 off the pile for the Trojans, Sam Bartu and Billy Potter.
Benefield, the ball carrier.
2 housemates that happen to be my neighbors as well. Good to see the neighborhood well represented, along with the Saltzgabers and Grant Garrick living in that big house in the metropolis that is Upland, Indiana. 6:41 and winding here in the 3rd. 2nd drive of the quarter for the Butler Bulldogs. The backup back, Deinhardt back to the left of Bushka. Man in motion from right to left, high snap. Deinhardt left side, trying to go away, spins out the tackle, and he is hammered down from behind by De'Aris Hope. Deinhardt spun away from Wolford. He would not elude Hope. And now a pick up a couple. It'll be 3rd and manageable as it takes it down to the 6. A gain of 3. Will Butler go to the air or they will try to run? Christian Sievert comes in. The Trojans look to have 5 in the secondary as Darian Taylor exits. 3rd and 4 for Butler. They need to get to the Trojan 2 for a goal-to-go situation. As we dip below 6 minutes left to go here in quarter number 3. Tight end in motion, back to the near side. Bushka drops back. Looks to his left, throws across middle to the back of the end zone, and its tight end is wide open. Caught by Jared Suchovitz. And another broken coverage from short yardage for the Taylor secondary, and it's 55-24 in favor of Butler.
Bushka's pass is complete to number 85, Jared Suchovitz.
So a 6-yard TD. And coming on to add the extra point, his 8th of the night, if he can knock it through, is J.J. Wattis. Just one punt this evening for Butler. They've turned it over twice and have scored on pretty much every other drive outside of turning it over on downs on a 4th down try in the first quarter. Extra point is good, and it's 56-24 in favor of Butler. We're back with the kickoff next on the Trojans Sports Network. Nine-play, 65-yard drive for Butler that spans 4 minutes and 59 seconds. And they take a 56-24 lead with 5:48 remaining in the third. Scally and Cleaver, the deep men for Taylor. Taylor had a 24-yard pass from Marble to Scott on the second play of the first drive of the third quarter here. That drive stalled out, and Taylor needs to get some points, and they need them quick. End over end kick, and Scally will take it inside the 10 on the fair catch. Taylor will come out 1st and 10 from their 25 with 5:48 left to go here tonight in the third quarter. Ricardo Marble is taking things over at the quarterback spot after 4 straight turnovers from Levi Frazier, 3 fumbles and a pick. The backs will be Stephen Ellis along with Brendan Lamb, the Trojans' top running back. Chest high snap, option near side. Marble, pitch at the last moment, and then Lamb will fumble it out of bounds. They'll wave it off, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Still at the 25.
Marble's pass is incomplete.
So they'll call a shovel pass. And it'll go down as an incompletion. Still ball at the 25. Lamb behind Marble in the pistol. Chest high snap, rolls near side. Sets, throws a beautiful ball across the middle for Grant Garrick. Had a man all over him with his jersey being pulled. And the flag stays in the pocket on the defense by Lucas Kozlowski. That 84 on the back of Garrick's back got tugged a little bit. The flags stay in the pocket of those wearing the black and white stripes, and quickly it's 3rd down for Taylor at the 25. Taylor 0 for 8 on 3rd down tonight. They move from left to right on the artificial surface on a windless, warm night on the home opener against Butler. Trojans down 56-24. Clock stops at 5:33. Play action Marble. Prockett collapses, throws a missile far side. He'll overthrow his man Eckel. Good defense by Devin Aguilar, and Taylor goes 3 and out. So Marble now 1 for 8 through the air. And the punt here for Stephen Ernest. 3 punts tonight, an average of 30 yards. He's got a long of 40. And Aguilar, who just defended that pass, is dropping deep to receive the punt for the Bulldogs. Right foot from Ernest. Spiraling kick that sends Aguilar inside his 30. Takes it at the 30, 31, 35, 40. Runs and dropped by a couple of Trojans. Drew Bagley, the first one leading the cause for those wearing purple. A return of 13 yards out to the Bulldog 43, and that's where Butler will take over up 56-24 with 5:19 to go here.
A 45-yard punt from Stephen Ernest.
A 45-yard punt there for Ernest, his longest of the night. That sends it back to Butler. Orlando, the backup quarterback in, points something out to the Taylor defense. 4-3 front for TU. Inside, Orlando fakes, and he runs right at the middle to the 50, the Taylor 45, and it's a foot race, and Orlando's going to win it. He's going to go 57 yards, virtually untouched. One play in Orlando has his second rushing touchdown of the night. That'll put him close to 100 yards on just 6 carries. And now it's 62-24 in favor of Butler. Orlando, their top rusher in terms of rushing touchdowns this season coming in. He's got 2 tonight. That gives him 5 on the season. Extra point from Wattis. Actually, no, make it the backup kicker. It's going to be Connor Benson. And that one is good as well. 63-24. The Butler lead as Orlando has been dynamic tonight. 2 for 2 through the air with a touchdown passing. Now 6 carries for 105 yards rushing and 2 scores, including a 57-yard romp just now. We're back with more after this here on the Trojan Sports Network. .5:10 left to go here in the third quarter. Nick Orlando has rushed for 105 yards from his backup quarterback spot. 6 carries to the tune of 17.5 yards per touch. And it's 63-24, the Butler lead as they try to move to 2-1 on the year. Taylor tries to avoid dropping their first game of the year. Taylor made a lot of improvements last week, but turnovers have been their Achilles heel tonight, with 4 on 4 straight drives in the second quarter that turned the game from the Trojans' favor squarely into Butler's favor. End over end kicked by Connor Benson. Inside the 10, Cleaver drops it, picks it up at the 9. Numbers 15, dances back to the 20. Is that a long run tonight? He'll be pushed out of bounds at the 25. First one to hold on to him was Gabe Hicks. And then Cleaver thrown out of bounds. And Cleaver not happy with it as Hicks and Cleaver exchange words on the near sideline, actually in the out of bounds area. So Cleaver spun down, was unhappy about it. And now he'll have a talking conversation with head coach Aaron Mingo.
After the play, dead ball foul on the kicking team, number 32. They hit out of bounds. That's 15 yards we added to the end of the run.
So a 15-yard tally to the 21 or the 25. From the 25, so they're going to move this all the way up to the 40. .457 to go here in the third. Taylor has only crossed midfield once since the end of the opening quarter. That was on the 24-yard pass from Marble to Preston Scott on the first the first drive of this third quarter. Second drive here is Eckel and Scott are the 2 wideouts to the left. Hudson Holbein to the near side. Lamb is the man in the backfield. Wing back will be Gehrig. Option, Marble. Fakes the pitch, rolls back to the near side. He'll maybe get 1. Nope, we'll just get back to the line of scrimmage at the 40. Good read there by Butler as they sent 3 guys on the pitch side trying to track that down, and they forced Marble to come back to the near side. Lamb, the pistol man, behind Marble, the quarterback. Belt high snap, option near side, flings it out to Grant Garrett. Got a 71-yard rusher tonight, cuts back at the 45, 50, 45. Stiff arm, he's pushed to even farther greatness A gift from Kaysen Ramali. He shoves Garrick an extra 10 yards. And for the second time since the first quarter, the Trojans are on Butler's side of the field. 12th first down for Taylor, all the way to the 35. A gain of 35 for Garrick. Marble keeps it in his belly, and it'll be stopped for no gain at the 35. 25-yard carry for Grant Garrick, and he is the Trojans' top rusher tonight, with 96 yards, including a career-long run of 71. Grant came out, now he's coming back in to replace Holbein. Two second-generation, or two brothers, I should say, of former Taylor football players, Tyler Garrick, and then Grant Holbein is here with his wife, Nikki, who was a fine soccer player during her playing days here. 2nd and 10 from the 35. Garrick in motion from the slot left. Marble fakes, end around near side. Butler read it, and going down at midfield will be Dakota Sonicson. Reading that play beautifully was Jack Belskis. And Trojans tackled all the way back, a loss of 13 back to the 48. So Taylor going in the wrong direction here. No gain and then a loss of 13. 2nd and a ton as Taylor needs to get to the 25 for Butler for a first down. Marble to Lamb over the right guard, dancing to the 45, and that's where his progress will start. Just shy of the 40 to the 42. One of the 5 Butler players in there on the stop was Michael Wellman. Good to see Wellman back after getting dinged up a little bit earlier. 4th down for Taylor, and they'll bring the punt unit on in Stephen Ernest. Fifth punt of the night for Ernest. Aguilar, the man deep for Butler. Spiraling kick. Ernest weighs everyone away, takes a... doesn't want to take anyone's bounce, really. A slow roller that the Trojans will down by Cleaver at the 11.
Ernest punt is down at the 11-yard line.
So all 3 drives for Taylor in this third quarter have ended in punts. So they trail 63 to 24. .144 left to go here in this third quarter. Butler used a 35-7 advantage in the second quarter to turn this game squarely in their favor. The starter Bushka back there at quarterback. Inside a handoff, and smothered up is Jack Boyd. Actually make it the third-string quarterback, Brody Reeder, now in for Butler. And there's 90 seconds left to go here in the third. A gain of 1 out. Actually make it, a gain of 1 out to the 12. Reeder in the gun with the the 4th-string back, Boyd to his right. Now Boyd will move to his left with Reeder changing the protection. 4 linemen for the Trojans, 4 in the secondary. Handoff right side to Boyd, moves the pile up near the 20, stopped at the 19, a gain of 7. It'll be a 3rd down and 2 for Butler, leading the Trojans 63 to 24.
Boyd is the ball carrier. Takes it down near the 19-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Subs all over the place here for Butler with their 3rd-string quarterback, Reeder, in right now. Butler's been really, really good here on 3rd downs tonight, 7 for 11. Boyd shifts to the left as Reeder drops back, 4 on the play clock. Butler moves from right to left, right hash mark snap. Reeder throws it near side, it'll be split through and caught out to near the Butler 30, hauled in by Nate Walker on his first catch, and the first completion for Reeder will move the chains. A gain of 11 out to the Butler 30. There were 3 Taylor DBs right there. That ball slipped right through. With that, that takes us to the 4th. Taylor down 63-24 in their home opener here against the Butler Bulldogs. We're back with quarter number 4 next on the Trojans Sports Network.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offer.
Fourth quarter about to start, 22 first downs to 12 in favor of Butler. They've outgained Taylor tonight by almost 400 yards, 508 to 198 for Taylor. The Bulldogs averaging just over 9 yards per play here tonight. Handoff near side to the 4-string back Boyd. Taylor trying to string it out. He cuts it up across the 40 and finally stopped at the Butler 45, but that'll be a gain of 15 for 2 and White. Bolin prevents another touchdown from Butler.
Boyd is the ball carrier, takes it out to the 45-yard line. Bolin trips him up for the Trojans, but it is a first.
And just another devastating run here tonight for the Butler backfield. The third-string quarterback, Brody Reeder, in. We've seen plenty of the first 2 tonight, Brett Bushka and Nick Orlando. Reeder 1 for 3, has played in now all 3 games of the year for Butler. He's got 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Snap will come from the near side, hash mark on the artificial surface. First and 10 from the Butler 45. Boyd runs in to a Trojan linebacker. That's Josh Saltzgaber after a gain of 3 out to the Butler 48. 4 rushes and a pass on the drive here for Butler. And Taylor will go to the nickel as they bring in Christian Seaver. No Tyler Watson out here in the second half. We have not seen one of the captains for the Trojans out here in a while. 2 to the left for the Bulldogs. That's Luka Popovic and Colin Kelly in the slot. Walker, the only man to the near side. Near hash mark snap as Butler moves from left to right, leading 63-24. Boyd up the middle. De'Aris Hope will wrap him up, but the legs keep turning for Boyd. He gets close to the sticks. He'll be about 2.5 yards short. This one to Taylor territory, out and down to the Trojan 47.
Stopped by De'Aris Hope. That brings up 3rd down.
5-yard pickup for Boyd. It'll be a 3rd down and short. They need 2 to the Taylor 45. 3 wide, 2 right, 1 left for Reeder, the 3rd-string quarterback. Couple minutes in here to the 4th. Now Reeder gets the play and now changes it with the offensive line with a tight end set to the right. 5-4 in the secondary for Taylor. Boyd bouncing out near side, wanting to go up the middle. Nice open field tackle by Major Daly. But Major looks to be the worse for wear here as he's slow to get back up. And now there's pushing and shoving afterwards, and flags are thrown from the officials in the defensive backfield. And a timeout injury here for Major Daly, but we'll see what the flags are. It looked like it might be going against Taylor, judging by the enthusiastic reaction from the Butler sideline. Good news to the Taylor defense. Trevor Garbo back out there for T. You still have not had a chance to see Avon Jones back out there at the middle linebacker spot. It was Daly who made the tackle and quickly was slow to get back up after making the hit. And here's the call on the field.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 71 on the defense. That penalty was back on the end of the run, 1st down.
So Luke Corsten gets called for the penalty. That'll add 15 yards after the play stopped at the 47 to be an automatic 1st down here for Butler. This is their first penalty achieved, or first down, I should say, achieved by the penalty tonight. Moves it all the way to the 32. And upcoming is the 7th play of the drive that started back at their own 11 after Taylor was forced to punt for the 3rd time here in the second half. 63-24 the Butler advantage. They try to move to 2-0 on the year. They outscored Taylor 35-7 thanks to 4 straight turnovers by the Trojans in their own territory. And Butler took advantage each and every time. New running back is Joey Succi. Off to the left of Reeder in the shotgun with 3 wide and a tight end to the right. Inside handoff, Succi runs into Saltzgaber. That's Josh. And a tackle made at the Taylor 29. Gain of 3.
Joey Succi, the ball carrier for the Bulldogs.
Butler moves from left to right with white helmets, white jerseys, and blue pants.
Brings up 2nd down.
The Trojans in the purple jerseys with the gold numbers and the white pants and the purple helmets. 2nd and 7 at the Taylor 29 on the near hash mark snap, and then Reeder takes a look back at the far sideline for Butler, and the starting quarterback Brett Bushka now singling the signs in for the 3rd string quarterback. Snap. Inside handoff, and that play is going nowhere quick. Garbo, Bartu, first 2 through to stop the running attack for Butler. This one carried in by Succi. A loss of 2 to the 31. It'll be a 3rd down and 10. Move it all the way back to the 32, so a loss of 3. 11:25 and counting here in quarter number 4. Reeder in the gun, moves this man in motion. I saw him as a wing back left side as that slot receiver. Trying to bounce out left side as the running back Boyd runs through an arm tackle. Wolford there stops him, and the momentum finally stopped on the far side at the 25-yard line by Gage Holder, who's made a couple nice stops tonight.
Gage Holder in on the stop for the Trojans. That brings up 4th down.
They'll put the ball back at the 26, so a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down and short here for Butler. They're 0 for 1 on 4th down attempts tonight. They need the Taylor 22. They're 4 yards away from it here at the 26. Taylor fans down below us trying to make a little noise. Pitch near side. Boyd trying to get to the edge, 25. He'll have the 1st down, spun out of bounds just as he gets to the 20. And a couple flags down, and it looks like Boyd will get his wish of a face mask call on the play. Taylor had a man cutting in and just missed knocking that pitch away on the option trot.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 10. Maybe half the distance to go, automatic 1st down.
Saltzgaber gets called for the face mask. The rush was to the 22, so it was good enough for the 1st down. And a 1st down here for Butler all the way to the Taylor 11. And the play clock will get reset to 15, and now it winds. Clock running, play clock under 10. Reeder in the gun. Boyd dancing around, tries to move back to his left, runs into a couple of different Trojans. De'Aris Hope and Josh Saltzgaber, the 2 in there.
Up about 4 on the play.
So a 7-yard carry by Boyd on a 4th and 4. Got him the 1st down, and then the face mask moves it to the 8. And a gain of 4. Moves it to the 7 on a 1st and 10. With Butler able to get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown here, they need to get to the 1. Boyd off Reeder's left hip. Snap from the near hash mark. Faking the pitch, Reeder will keep it right up the middle, steps through a couple tackles, and he lunges into the end zone. And the 3rd string quarterback rushes for the touchdown for Butler.
Takes it in for the Butler touchdown.
Reeder's 1st touchdown run of the season. And it's 69-24 in favor of the Bulldogs. Benson on to add the extra point. It'll be his second extra point try of the night. And the kick is up, and it is good. 9:18 left to go here, and Butler extends their lead to 70-24. Here on the Trojan Sports Network, we're back right after this. Play drive for Butler that spanned 89 yards. And takes almost 7 minutes off of the clock. Major Daly down below us with his arm in a sling and some ice on his shoulder, so it looks like the starting corner's night is over for the Trojans. Kickoff here from Butler as Benson will play it deep. It looks like Cleaver will take it inside of his 5. Accelerating right side, runs into a wall to 25, and that's where he'll be stopped. And Taylor will start, moving out to the 26.
And the return man for the Trojans takes it out.
Taylor is scoreless here so far in the second half. They led 14-0 and 17-14 after one quarter. The Trojans look back at those 4 straight turnovers in the second stanza that led to 28 Butler points. They scored 35 in the second frame. And that's where the game turned on its ear. It's 70-24 Butler. First drive of the fourth quarter for Taylor with 9:09 left to go here as Hudson Holbein races off the field. Grant Garrigan motion from right to left, and it'll be a delay of game against Taylor.
Delay game, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That second quarter started with a 5-play drive capped off by Kayvon Samuels' touchdown run to start the second quarter off. That gave Butler a 21-17 lead, and then that's when the turnover started for the Taylor offense. Frazier in the pistol, Grant in motion. Grant Garrigan motion from slot right to slot left. Inside handoff, trying to move the pile was Brendan Lamb. As the delay of game moved it back to the 21. As Dylan Scally, the running back, transferred in from North Central College, a Fishers High School graduate who rushed for close to or over 900 yards his senior year down there in Hamilton County. Gain of 1 to the 22, second and long. Marble pitching behind Garrick, fumbles with it, then it's ripped out of his arms, loose near side, picked up at the 11, and Butler will go in for another touchdown on the 5th turnover of the night for the Trojans, and it leads directly to points for Butler as Kellen Madison picks up the fumble and scores. As the Trojans lose yet another fumble, their 5th fumble of the night. 5th fumble, the 4th one lost, and the second one that's been scooped up and returned for a touchdown. Benson's extra point off his right foot is through again. 8:30 left to go here, 77-24 in favor of Butler, as every time the Trojans have given the ball away tonight, it has led to points here for Butler. Their second fumble recovery, scoop and score. And the fourth fumble lost by Taylor tonight. Kickoff upcoming here next on the Trojan Sports Network. Four fumbles lost by Taylor tonight and an interception. All have led to points. All touchdowns as well. 35 of Butler's 77 points have been scored off of Taylor turnovers tonight, and that would be enough to beat the Trojans anyway, as Taylor has scored just 24 points all night. No starting quarterback Zach Saltzgaber after having an upper body injury against Judson in week 1. But Frazier has lost 3 fumbles, and now it's Gehrig who fumbles it away here. It's scooped up. It was scooped up by Kellen Madison. And Taylor will get the ball back with 8:30 left to go here in the fourth. Cleaver, 25-30, trying to work back to the near side hash mark. He'll be stopped at the 30.
Cleaver, the return man for the Trojans, takes it out near the 30.
Taylor started the night off so well, got a touchdown on their first drive of the game, 19-yard scamper from Brendan Lamb, but then Josh Saltzgaber had the INT, and one play later it was Lamb in for the touchdown. But then it was back-to-back big plays, a 43-yard catch and run from Austin Schwantz to make it 14-7 Taylor, and then a 66-yard catch and run from Flagger to tie the game at 14, and the Trojans have been on their heels since. Marble rips a missile near side that lands just in front of his intended man, Brendan Layden. That was an effortless throw that traveled many, many yards off the right arm of Brendan Lamb, off of Ricardo Marble. Reed Gehrig makes his first appearance of the night. Mitchell Canada out wide to the right side as well. Second and 10 from the 30. Man in motion. Marble hands off to the back in Scally. 5'7", but can really scoot. And flag is down after the short carry. Preston Scott out, and Joe Holderman in at the tight end position.
There's a flag.
Personal foul, face mask, number 32 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic first down.
So a face mask on the defense, and the Trojans the beneficiary of a 15-yard mark-off. This will move it all the way up near midfield, all the way to the 48. First and 10 for Taylor from their own 48-yard line, trying to cross midfield for the third time here in the second half. Pistol formation, Marble drops back to throw. Pressure breaks down. He is hit hard on the right side, and that'll be the third sack of the night for the Butler Bulldogs. This one comes from Isaac Kolosik,
Dropped in the backfield for a sack.
as Marble took that one right in the chest.
And on the stop. Brings up second down.
Line of scrimmage back to the 42 on a loss of 6. Marble fakes in the screen right side, Canada. Outside the numbers 40, trying to get to the 45. He'll be stopped short at the 44. A pickup of a deuce. And it's third and long for Taylor from behind the sticks.
Marble's pass is complete. Canada makes the catch. Takes it out to the 45-yard line, brings up third down.
Just the second completion there for Ricardo Marble tonight, as he and Frazier have combined to go 4 for 18 through the air. Marble Pass far side, miscommunication as Canada checked up early. And the incompletion brings up 4th down.
Marvel's pass is incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
And the punting unit back out for Taylor once again. Ernest has punted 5 times tonight, an average of over 33 yards, and has a long of 45. Back up return man Thomas Russo will backpedal deep. 6:59 left to go in this one, and Butler up by a bunch. Ernest rides it out of there with a right foot. Taken. Avoiding the first man is Russo, then taken down by Drew Bagley.
Russo, the return man, stopped after a short game.
Reeder, the third-string quarterback, back out for another drive. 6:50 to go in this one. Handoff near side to another running back. This is Suchi, who was in on the last series for Butler. They lead 77-24. And ever since the second quarter started, it has been Butler's game squarely. 2nd and 6 after the punt. So the Trojans will fall to 1-1 on the year. Butler will move to 2-1, winning 2 straight games after dropping their opener at Illinois State. Reeder dries his hands off on the towel behind his back. Gives off to the middle, and Suchi spun down around the waist after he crosses the 30 across the left guard. It was Bartu in on the tackle. One of the top tacklers for Taylor tonight.
Stopped after a gain of 3 on the play.
Up to the 31. It'll be a 3rd down and 3 here for Butler. As they'll snap the ball from their own 31, they move from left to right on the artificial surface. And Butler tonight has gone 8 for 14 on 3rd downs. Backing up Reeder. Inside handoff, Suchi squirts his way through. Good hard running on the back end of the running back depth chart for Butler. He's across the 35. That will be 1 yard more than he needs, and it's a 1st down for the Dogs. Ninth 1st down picked up by Butler on 3rd downs. They're now 9 for 15. They came in at almost 50%, a little below 50% of their first 2 games, at 60% right here. 4:48 and counting here in this 4th quarter. Bulldogs out front 77-24. Handoff near side. Suchi runs through an arm tackle. He will not be able to get away from the spinning tackle of Evan Kitt. Coming up from the safety spot was Bowman, just whiffed. And back up to the 42 is where that carry goes, a gain of 7 for Suchi and Butler. I'll give Taylor this. That sideline has not given up with the energy, even though the score is lopsided to our left. Butler taking their time. Here's a play clock. Hit 6, 5, and 4. Suchi to the left of the 3rd-string quarterback, Reeder. Handoff right side. Reeder squirts through, enough for the 1st down, and out near midfield to the 49. It'll be a gain of 7 on 2nd down. That's their 2nd 1st down picked up on the drive as Butler trying to eke out the clock here. And Taylor will regroup. They're right back at it next week. They'll jump into MSFA and the NAI once again as they'll take on Olivet Nazarene on the road. The Tigers in Grant County tonight. They are on the wrong side of a 52 7 or 10 score the last time we checked over at Indiana Wesleyan. Suchi around the right side, stopped at the numbers, coming up and making the tackle for Taylor will be Reed Wheeler.
Suchi, the ball carrier, picks up about 4 on the play.
Got it to the Taylor 48, a pickup of 4.
Reed Wheeler in on the stop for the Trojans.
.244 to go in the fourth. The clock Butler's friend here. So a tough home opener here for TU. They were their own worst enemy tonight with the 5 turnovers that led to 5 touchdowns, 2 scoop and score fumbles. Suchi trying to bounce it out near side. Runs up the 40, 35, 30. Hammered down by Wolford, but not before he gets all the way to the 25 of Taylor. First down here for Butler, and that with 2:15 left, Butler might be able to start taking knees here and end this one.
Upended by Wolford.
A pickup of 23 on the carry from Suchi. Butler will amass. They've run 73 plays tonight for 607 yards against the Trojans, who have lost 4 fumbles and also had an interception. And some movement on the line, or a timeout is called. 134 and counting, and just a couple of knees left. Here for Butler to wrap up their second victory of the year. .74 plays, 606 yards, 8.2 yards per play for Butler tonight. And the victory formation for the Bulldogs. Reeder will drop back and take the knee. They'll have to take one more knee with about 17 seconds between play clock and game clock. Griffin Pillow, the defensive line coach and special teams coach, along with Bailey Anderson, trying to keep the energy up on the Taylor sideline down below us. Reeder takes the knee, and that will do it here from Upland, Indiana tonight. The clock will run out. The Trojans will drop their first game under head coach Aaron Mingo, falling to Division I FCS Butler by a final tonight of 77-24. Taylor scored the first 14 points of the game. Everything was going their way. Butler comes back and ties the game at 14. Taylor gets a late field goal in the first quarter to lead 17-14, but will then get outscored 63-7 the rest of the way, including 35-7 in the second quarter. 5 touchdowns scored by Butler in that second stanza, including 4 touchdowns off of 4 straight Taylor turnovers. And the Trojan offense really struggled to get across midfield after that